Hello folks, this is Margie Roy from 3dcuts.com and this is my video for my new Zig Zag village tutorial, the quick version. There are two versions at this time. The other one has lots of detail and this is a quicker version for those of you that would like to do a Christmas card. Zig Zag Village is my first village that folds flat for easy storage or for sending in the mail. The cutting files are available at my website at 3dcuts.com at the address shown on the screen, and there is an online tutorial as well. Be sure to look at the additional hints that are there that are not included in this video. Let's get started. First, cut all of the pieces. Notice I have left all of the roof lines attached to the mat. They cut out with numbers, and those will help me know which roof lines go with which buildings. There is also a guide sheet on the tutorial that numbers the buildings, and they correspond to these numbers. To get started, take the piece that has the church in it, have the church to the left half, and we are going to start applying the roof lines. Now I know from the guide that this is roof 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and those go with these corresponding roof lines. These I'm going to use art glitter glue to attach. Art glitter glue, I put it in a smaller bottle because I want a really fine line. It dries clear and it's a great glue for using on cardstock. Okay, I'm going to start with the first roof line, flip it over. Now, a lot of these have eaves that hang out into open space. I do not want to put glue where there are eaves. Nothing tricky about this at all. Just glue them on, paying attention to the number of the roof and where it goes. On the church steeple, I have made 2 of the roofs because I want to stiffen it up a little bit. There's the church side of the building piece. I will do the same on the store side. The store goes more to the right, the tree goes to the left. This tree didn't lose all of its pieces, so I gotta peel a few out. Okay, I can tell this is 7 and I start with piece 7. That finishes the second long row of buildings. Now I've got the 2 short ones to do. On these, you've got to pay careful attention because not everything goes on the same side. The piece with 2 trees is going to go on the left side. On this one, this is the back side, and on this part, this is the back side. and the roof pieces go on the front side. So, piece number 13 goes there. And then I turn it over and piece 12 goes on this side. And on the piece that has the one tree and the 3 peaks, let's see, this is the back side of the 2 peaks, and this is the back side of the 1 peak. I'm putting B's on them just so I won't goof this up. Okay, roof 15 goes here. And then we turn it over, and roof 16 goes on the flip side. Okay, all my roof pieces are now attached. I did not put dotted score lines on the main folds of these pieces because I did not want light shining through. I'm going to use my Martha Stewart scoreboard to score those. On the street with the store on it, that's the one that doesn't have the church, between these 2 buildings, and that's going to be between building, let's see, 9 and 10, right here, we do a score line. And on the church side, between the church, which is 3, and building 4, we also score a dividing line. On the church piece, we fold forward on that score line. On the store half, we fold away from us, back. Now, the church piece will go behind the store piece, and the slit that is right here will feed into the slit on the store piece. And then there's one at the other end that also will fit together, like so. Slide them down. The bases should line up evenly, like that. Now, before we do anything, we are going to want to lightly fold each of the doors forward. That is much easier while it is still flat. You don't want to open them wide, just a tad, so light can escape and you can tell they're a door. I think I'll only open one of the doors on the store, just a little bit. There we go. I'm going to slide these apart and do the same on the back side. Okay, now we'll slide them back together again. And yeah, it will fold flat and it will open up. Now we have to put the end pieces on. Fold it flat so you're seeing the back side of the church, like so. On that end goes the piece that has the 3 peaks and the 1 tree. We need to fold that right in the center, along the edge of the building and the tree. We also need to fold over the 2 little tabs on either end. Now the smaller tab goes behind this pine tree like that. So we are going to want to put score tape on the correct side of this little tab. It will go behind. The one that goes to the front does not go behind. It just gets glued right down like that. That will be the back side here. So on the opposite side, we will put score tape on this tab. This tab has a notch out of it to get around the window, and we're going to have to remove the score tape from that notch so it doesn't block the window. You can see that tiny notch there. Out comes the score tape. Okay, peel the tab for the back piece first. Fold the village flat. Make sure the bottom edge is relatively even. Slide this right up to the fold line and press in place. Then bring this around here. Fold this tab under, and it will get glued right there. I have not peeled it yet because I wanted to make sure it fit first, and it does. Peel that off, bring that down, and right there, lining up the bottoms. There, that's one end. Now we do the same at the other end. This is the right side. And on this one, the small piece that has the two trees is placed. I'm going to have to use my scoring board here because it doesn't want to fold easily. Just to the right of the building and to the left of the tree, we need a score mark. And it folds back along that score mark. There we go. Again, there's a tab at both ends of this. Fold the tab in place. Here, the longer tab, or the tab without the notch, is going to go behind the back side. So the score tape gets put on this edge here. Line up the bottoms, bring it right in to the fold line there. And press in place. Fold this flat back across the entire thing. Again, you want the bases to be fairly even. Open this one up, and the score tape here gets placed on this side. Again, this is a tab with a notch out of it to help you go around a window. So you will have to cut the score tape out of the notch. Like so. Peel the backing, fold it under, come over to that far edge, make sure everything is flat, and press it into place. There. We have a zigzag village. It folds flat and it opens. I think we should add some Christmas wreaths to make this a little Christmas card. Included with the download are a bunch of little bows and Christmas wreaths. I'm going to separate those from my mat and glue them together, and then glue them on the doors of my zigzag village. This zigzag village is the quick version. I have a more detailed one at my website at 3dcuts.com that has a lot more decoration on it. But if you want to do a quick one that can work as a Christmas card for you to send to your relatives and friends, then this is the one to do. Not every door should get a wreath, but here and there we should put wreaths on the doors to celebrate Christmas. Like so. Merry Christmas. Folds up flat and fits into a standard 6 by 9 inch booklet envelope. Set to surprise someone. If you're going to keep it at home and display in your house, you can open it and you can add a tea light to the center of each of the courtyards, and that will provide a really nice lit arrangement on a windowsill or coffee table. How will you display your finished Zig Zag village? I'd love to see, so please share photos up on Facebook or send them to me to be included in my website. Thanks for watching, and happy crafting, everyone.